Okay, good morning. It's 6:32 a.m. and the sun is already on the street, so I don't probably have very much time. I'm trying to plant the meadow sage, which is the darker two, and then the catmint, which is the lighter ones. I'm going to kind of create a new bed. It's probably going to take more than just today. There's my summer snapdragon. And then plant food. I've got 2 bags of mulch underneath some compost. More compost in this wheelbarrow. The hose is out. I came out last night, soaked the ground a bit, started to turn the soil. I gotta get some of that grass out there, but we're gonna try to change that into a nice bed of those perennials before it gets too crazy hot. Today it's supposed to be like 90 degrees. It's already 69 degrees out, but it's breezy and I'm out of the sun, so I'm gonna get started and hopefully get those suckers in the ground before the heat hits. And it's funny, you know, we haven't gotten much rain. It's been crazy hot, and the magnolias, the marigolds, absolutely, look at that, they love it. They like bring on the desert conditions, and the coleus too. And you know, just you think, oh, these poor plants are going to drown, but they are tropical plants. They love the heat. I mean, look at the celosia. I mean, I would have had to show you what it looked like before, but those heads are just bristling. The only thing that doesn't love the heat and the sun are hosta. They're a shade or a partial shade plant. So I watered them last night. They've got dew on the leaves this morning, which is good. Actually, I should probably spray them right now before the sun hits. Poor things suffer, but oh yeah, mosquitoes in the morning, awesome. Oh, no, it's not flowers on me. There we go. That's gonna be the other problem, is the bugs until the sun comes out. But all right, I shouldn't be taking too much time taking videos of things. I'm just sort of looking around at the garden this morning and seeing how things are going. Yeah, see, those marigolds are doing much better than the ones up front. That variety I bought doesn't seem to explode quite as much as the yellow ones do. I may have to get some more and put them up there because they just seem to be hardier. All right, well, it's time to get on my hands and knees and get to work. Okay, so it's 8:15. I was done about 15 minutes ago, so that was about an hour and a half. Not bad, considering I kept like forgetting things and having to go in the house and go downstairs and get my little mosquito repellent things on, and which worked like a charm. I didn't get bothered by the bugs at all this morning. So let's take another look at the summer snapdragon, because you know, you just can't get enough of that. It's called Columbia. It's actually, summer snapdragon is like Columbia. Oh, it's like Columbia, but it's not. I have to look it up again. Anyways, that's not the point of this video. Oh, and Samantha, I did cut the roses a little bit. So I cut back some of the undergrowth and, you know, tried to control nature like we human gardeners like to do. You also need to tell your mother that using that tool, that little earth tilling tool, was awesome. It worked like a charm. It was a nice little workout, and it saved me $45 because I didn't have to go buy one of those fancy ones like I thought. So here we go. So that's the new bed of catmint and meadow sage. So I'm not sure I love the white rocks. I had them, and you know, I don't know, you always do too much, I guess. So I put them down. I may decide I don't want them there, or if I use rocks, see how the stone walls obviously got lichen all over it, and I might not use a white rock. I might want to use like a more tamed down color, like a more granite or regular stone. But for now, it's fine. They're in. They have really good compost all around them. You're supposed to dig. I actually follow the directions precisely. They are 2 feet apart, like they're supposed to be, with the root head, the head of the root group bulb, whatever you want to call it, just above the soil. And I've got some really awesome compost. It's a mix of some organic stuff I bought at Churchill's and some stuff Sam gave me that a woman makes herself, which I kind of think is pretty awesome. So, and that was really like, I don't know, you have to feel it. It's just was so rich. Although, ironically enough, these types of plants like dry, rocky soil with good drainage. They're better in like dry climates, but they said during the first planting, so I just planted these this season, you do have to baby them until they get their roots set, and then these are perennials, they'll grow back next year, but once they come back next season, they'll be much stronger and you won't have to worry about watering them nearly as much. The catmint is probably more resilient than the meadow sage. The meadow sage's directions said that you really kind of have to baby it. So I'm going to have to be aware on hot days to come out in the morning or go out in the evening and give them a drink of water. Because it says water regularly, which is vague. I don't know what that means. Every day, every 2 hours, what's regularly? I'll have to look that up. Look at that nice dried, sun-scorched grass, poor grass. Yeah, but I do know, having just pulled out grass, how deep grass roots go. They're tough. I mean, turf is in there. Once we get some rain again, that will all go back to green, which is pretty incredible. I have some grass seed I've been dying to try out because it's supposed to be this super amazing, again, from the Midwest, this grass that's just supposed to be so easy to grow. But you still need to water it like 3 or 4 days right after you plant it, and I can't run up a water bill like that until I get my well hooked up to my outdoor hose. So no grass seed yet. Or if we get a stretch of rain, it's just not going to rain though. It's going to be so hot for a while and there's no rain in the forecast. So I got to let my lawn do what it's going to do. This part is done. I got those plants in. I figured it out. These 5 plants were about 80 bucks. They weren't cheap. So I really didn't want them to sit in their pots. They've already been in their pots for about a week. And I really wanted to get them into the ground. And I feel better now. My day is just beginning. If I do nothing else, I did this morning. Oh yeah, and at some point, this Jackie, I may... obviously edge this, make it more of a, permanent bed. Because right now, obviously, the grass could grow back in there. I mean, I have mulch down, but I kept it pretty close. If you look at that. I mean, there's not a lot of room in the front. I might have wanted to clear a little bit more, but maybe I can always go back and do that, I guess. Or just put that the plastic lawn edging that you stick right along here to keep the grass from creeping back in. I thought that would be kind of cool to do, actually. Well, not much else to say. I'm going to kind of pick up, and I beat the sun. The sun is just starting to hit over here. So let's see, what did I say? It's 8:20 now, and now my yard is starting to get sun, because what happens is, I don't want to blind you people, but see those pines? Those soldier pines block the sun at first, but it arcs over right there. And then once it hits the sky, it just stays and stays and stays until it sets about there. But this is why the front of my house gets blasted with sun. Although we're kind of diverting away from my new bed, but I wanted to just mention. So this garden, it's strange the way the sun hits it. It does get a lot of sun, and I can tell by if I plant the same variety at that end versus that end, they grow very differently, which means the light patterns are different just between those two spots. And right back here, where that hedge is, that area never sees sunlight. Like that window, sunlight never comes through that window ever. No matter what time of the year, no matter what, it doesn't ever get there. This side of the house blocks it, the roof, the trees, but whatever, that's pure shade. So if I had pure shade plants underneath that pine tree, they would love it, because they don't get baked in the sun. That's a good place for maybe ferns or something like that, actually, now that I think about it. So, all right, well, I haven't even had breakfast or coffee, and I've been up since like 5. So I'm gonna pack my stuff in and go get my dirt-soaked clothes off. There's my dogwood. See more white rocks. I don't know. They used to be here before we put in the edgers. And I may want to go more subdued again, but I haven't decided. All right, that's it for my video. Sam, be sure to, again, thank your mom for that tool and show her the fruits of the labor. I also took some photos you'll be able to see. Have a good day.